Four news stories from Ethiopia for you. Is before that an update. In a previous video I shared some satellite images showing three Su-27 fighter jets of Ethiopian Air Force. The fighter jets were seen for the first time, so there were questions. Were they new purchases or were they repainted? Now what we have confirmed so far is that the Su-27 shown in the satellite images were not new purchases. They have been recolored, repainted at Dajan Aeronautical Complex. So far, no confirmation that Ethiopia has purchased new Su-27 Russian fighter jets. Now, four news stories. Firstly, the Prosperity Party has fired thousands of its officials. Newly elected Vice President Aden Farah issued a statement an hour ago. Secondly, viewers, we have first research into the total deaths which have happened in Tigray so far. Since the start of Tigray conflict in November 2020, a Belgian professor has conducted this research. How many have been killed in Tigray so far? Thirdly, viewers, we are hearing some worrying reports from Tigray. People are complaining that Tigray government is not facing the challenge of accountability and law and order. A letter is being shared as an evidence that people are behind bars for months and they are being arrested and there is no rule of law in Tigray. And lastly, viewers, we have a new story from Oromia. Where is Jawar, Bakle Garba, Marira Gudina? We know that 3 days ago a video emerged showing Tigrayans burnt alive in Benishangul Gumuz region of Ethiopia. Ethiopian Rights Commission has confirmed that the burnt persons, burnt alive, they were Tigrayans. Have you seen any statement from Jawar, from Oromo Federalist Congress? We'll talk about that. Firstly, viewers, Prosperity Party has concluded its General Assembly. Aden Farah, newly elected Vice President, today released a statement. He says that the party has done some evaluations. 108,258 evaluations have been done by the Prosperity Party and 10,658 actions have been taken and 2,574 Prosperity Party officials have been fired. And these are officials. They were holding some positions at local, cabinet or other levels. They have been fired. So far, no names have been shared by Aden Farah. Who are the ones who have been fired? What were the allegations against them? Were they involved in corruption? Aden Farah said that the decision was made to ensure internal unity in the party and to ensure better service delivery. But I think the party must make public the names and their deeds, their acts as well. If they're involved in some wrongdoings, if they're involved in some actions, some crimes, their name should be made public. Just numbers won't be sufficient. If you are claiming that you are doing accountability in the party, you should be transparent. Just sharing of numbers does not mean that party is holding people accountable. Secondly, viewers, first time we have numbers. We know that Tigray conflict started in November 2020. How many have been killed in Tigray so far? A research has been conducted by a professor. His name is John Nyssen. He is a professor at a university in Belgium, Ghent University, I think. He, along with his team, has conducted this detailed research about the killings, total deaths in Tigray since November 2020. Was he on the ground in Tigray? We don't know. I don't think that he was on the ground. We don't have any reports about that. Now, what is the estimate of deaths according to the research? The professor says that total 500,000 people in Tigray have been killed. They have died so far due to the conflict, not natural causes, due to the conflict. And these people died from violence or from starvation. Total deaths 500,000. 50,000 to 100,000, they died as a result of direct confrontation, direct killings, violence, attacks, fighting. And 150,000 to 200,000, they died because of famine, starvation. And 100,000 died due to additional reasons like healthcare, infrastructure damage, other issues. The total tally stands at 500,000. 500,000 people have died from starvation and violence in Tigray since the start of this conflict. What is alarming is that the situation could aggravate in coming months. Why? Because Tigray is under siege, no signs of lifting of the siege. And secondly, aid agencies could divert their aid to Ukraine. We know that in Ukraine and other humanitarian crisis is unfolding. Their millions are being displaced. If international humanitarian organizations divert their focus towards Ukraine, Tigray would be pushed into the background. It could lead to more casualties in Tigray. In neighboring regions as well, Amhara, Afar. But since Tigray is inaccessible, that is why a situation in Tigray could become alarming in coming months if there is no lifting of siege. Now, a new story from Tigray viewers. While we are blaming Ethiopian government for humanitarian crisis in Tigray, people in Tigray are asking questions. They are pointing fingers towards the Tigray government too. They say that aid distribution mechanism is not quick and just. Lower level Tigray government officials are involved in embezzlement, in corruption, in high-handedness. People are being arrested arbitrarily. A letter is being shared about the release of a detainee. It's a handwritten letter, you can see on your screen. Judge wrote this letter for the release of a detainee. A detainee was released after a delay of 3 months. Those who want to protest, they are being arrested. Overall situation of law and order is deteriorating. Cattle theft on the rise. Several incidents people have shared with us that their cattle were stolen and no signs of any remedy so far. It's the responsibility of Tigray government to ensure accountability firstly, and secondly to ensure law and order situation. If Tigray government cannot control this unrest, this rising law and order situation, then people would definitely point fingers toward the government. Where is Tigray opposition, viewers? Sal Sevoene, Tigray Independence Party, which have been issuing statements calling for independence. They formed a platform a few days ago that they would struggle for independence of Tigray, for secession from Ethiopia. Where are they now? If people are suffering, if there are problems, it is Tigray's opposition that is supposed to speak out. Yes, Batona might not speak, but Salse and Tigray Independence Party, they should speak out on behalf of people who are in trouble, who have valid criticism to they have a valid criticism against Tigray government. Tigray government will have to improve. If it does not improve its governance, people will suffer more. People must have trust in Tigray government. If you remember last year when PM Abiy announced halt to military offensive into Tigray, he had said, and his communication minister had said that in coming months people would turn against TPLF. That is what's happening now. Is it happening because of siege? Yes, siege is one of the reasons. There is shortage of food, but governance is another reason. People must have trust that whatever resources Tigray government has, they're being distributed fairly, justly. But this trust is lacking. Lastly, viewers, we know that 3 days ago, a video emerged showing Ethiopian security officials burning people to death. Those burned were Tigrayans. Ethiopian Human Rights Commission has confirmed that. We saw a statement from US government. We saw a statement from Vicky Ford, UK's MP, and several human rights international organizations have issued statements. Where is Oromia? Where is Jawar? Where is Bakle Garba? Where is Hamza Burana and Oromo Federalist Congress? So far, I have not seen any written statement from Oromo Federalist Congress, party of Jawar Bakle Garba, or Oromo Liberation Front, OLF, of Dawood Ibsa. I have not seen any statement from these two parties. Why? Do these parties represent just Oromos? Are they Ethiopians? If Ethiopians are being burnt to death, it's the responsibility of political parties to speak out. Whether they are in Oromia, Amhara, Afar, or Tigray, they should speak out. That is the way to create national unity. Jawar is silent. We haven't heard anything from him since his release. He just spoke about the death of Noho Gawana and Oromo singer. He is silent. On the other hand, we are seeing that Eskandar Naga is busy. On daily basis, he is taking out rallies, he is attending gatherings. Jawar is silent. He just once a month, once 2 weeks, he tweets about some Oromo issue. No statement about any other issues in Ethiopia. Oromos must speak out against this atrocity, against this horrific incident. It would lead to better relations between Oromos and Tigrayans. OLA has spoken. We know that Oromo Liberation Army condemned this act. It said that Prosperity Party is involved in this attack. It's individual involved in this attack. Security forces are backed by PP. So OLA is speaking out, but no signs of any condemnation from main Oromo politicians. They should also condemn this horrific incident. Thank you for watching.